Hello there, welcome back to Prof Neel. It's a pleasure having you here. Paucity or prosperity, the message from the Service Platter. Well, I was at the Institute of Hotel Management in my first year when I was assigned a lunch service, and that too at Mr. Rafiq, our founder principal's table. I was happy. He was a delight to serve and wait on because he was a no nonsense eater, not fussy. He would just come, eat, and I would marvel, be mesmerized by seeing his dexterity with his fork and knife. And he would eat his meals fast. And that meant that I could leave fast to have my food. That day, however, he was a little reflective, thoughtful. He was eating his meals very slowly, and of course, his courtesy, his manners, and etiquette to even us as a student waiter was touching. It was a learning lesson for us. That day, he was in a very relatively thoughtful mood, and he asked for a second helping, which was very rare. The first time I had asked him, I had known that he had asked for a second helping. I inadvertently, when I was serving, he saw, because of my fault, he saw the bottom of the service platter from which I was serving. And he asked questions, very simple questions. Neelkantan, have you run out of food today? A question full of a lot of curiosity. I replied in the negative. Then he says, why are you showing me your guest the bottom of the platter? I was embarrassed, contrite, ashamed, to use all those adjectives, to say the least. And I gave him whatever little portion. I had already served whatever little was there. I had not chosen to go and fill the platter. I said, he's already had his first portion, his first service, so he'll just have a little. That day I realized he must have been hungry. And he ate without a fuss. He just smiled and had a sip of water and wiped with a napkin and walked away, saying nothing. I was feeling so guilty that my guest had left, and I had the misfortune. I had deliberately, because of my fault, he did not go out on a full stomach. And the first time ever in my life, first time ever he asked for second helping, and that too in a country where we are taught that even when the enemy comes home, first give him water, give him food, then you talk to him. A country in which hospitality is ingrained in our DNA. But Mr. Rafiq was not the one who would tick off anybody. He just smiled and left. I was feeling all the more guilty. I decided not to have lunch to empathize with him. I did not have my lunch that day. I did not going to meet him right that time. I waited till about 4 or 5 o'clock till college ended. He would not get angry, and that was the problem. He would be very calm and explain to us what happened. And that was so embarrassing. He didn't want us to get embarrassed or be ashamed, but we would become embarrassed and ashamed to know what we had done when he explained. That was not his intention. So I waited till about 5 o'clock till I went to meet him, and I went and apologized to him. The minute he saw me, he knew that I had come to apologize, and he sat me down in his office, and then he said nothing. He said, Neelkantan, Remember, in any culture, especially in our culture here in this country, I am not at all upset with you because I went hungry today. No, I didn't have a full stomach, that's it, but I had half a stomach. But don't worry, I am not upset with you for that. Never. So, okay, I've taken the apology with grace. That's it, over. And, but I had to apologize to him for not serving him to his full, to his full heart, full stomach's content. But he chose to open up a learning. So Neelkantan, in any culture, remember, service of food, especially in our country, in our culture, you can't get a better karma than that. Cooking or preparing food for a guest and serving the guest, because a guest is revered as a god. So henceforth, when you serve a guest, he says, I knew that you thought I had already had my normal, so you did not choose to go and refill the platter. And that's how the bottom of the platter showed. And that shows paucity, not prosperity. So that's all I have to say, nothing more. Henceforth, ensure wherever you go in life, Neelkantan, at home or wherever, ensure that the platter is full from where you serve, so you don't insult the guest. It was very embarrassing for me. That moment I know, and I still can feel that emotion. I was so guilty. I'm still guilty when I think of that. And then I took his leave and I left. But that's one lesson I drew, that never ever scrape the bottom of the service platter. The difference between paucity and prosperity. You're insulting a guest or welcoming a guest. Your God, ultimately. I drew that lesson. Have you? I hope you do. Embrace the twist to enjoy the turn. Thank you.